New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
We need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
Black woman who worked in the mailroom at the North Carolina hospital stated that she was subjected to hostile work environments for years at the hands of her white supervisor and colleagues before she was forced to quit later in October. Now the hospital faces a federal discrimination lawsuit. Pardee Memorial Hospital in Hendersonville is accused of violating the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as well as state equal protection laws in a complaint moved to federal court this week. Court filings show the former employee, Indian Jackson, initially filed the state in Henderson County Superior Court in November. Quote, the constant willful harassment and racial charge commentary plaintiff endured while employed by defendant constitutes extreme and outrageous conduct that went beyond all possible bounds of decency. Pardee Hospital is about 30 minutes south of Asheville and is managed by UNC Healthcare. Jackson started working in the hospital's emergency room registration until 2015, but moved to the mailroom the following year. As manager, the complaint stated that Jackson was denied a key to the mailroom and access to certain passwords critical to performing her job. She was also reportedly forced to take her lunch breaks in her office. When Jackson wore her hair naturally in the office, the complaint, she states, quote, a white colleague asked her, oh my God, why would you wear your hair like that? And God made me this way was the response that Jackson gave. Jackson told her supervisor, but she said nothing was done about it. Instead, on 2 separate occasions, her supervisor threatened her with 50 lashings if she didn't perform her job duties as mailroom manager correctly. When Jackson told the company's CEO, the complaint alleges her supervisor began retaliating against her by rifling through her belongings, looking for something to try and accuse plaintiff of wrongdoing. According to the lawsuit, Jackson's colleagues also made racially hostile comments as they watched the video of George Floyd's passing together. One colleague, who the complaint describes as white, reportedly asked, what color is he? Jackson took an extended leave of absence under the Family and Medical Leave Act in June, citing the hospital's racially hostile work environment and retaliatory acts. She was subsequently diagnosed with PTSD and forced to leave her job in October. The complaint makes a claim for violations of the North Carolina Equal Employment Practice Act, the North Carolina Retaliatory Employment Discrimination Act, and the Civil Rights Act. It also makes claims for a hostile work environment on the basis of race, negligent hearing and supervision, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Jackson is seeking a jury trial, compensatory and punitive damages, and attorney fees. And another story about a black woman who decided that she wanted to wear her hair naturally. And oddly enough, in the workplace, other individuals, varying ethnicities, right, decided that they wanted to have an issue, right? More specifically, you had the ones that are white or Caucasian that wanted to voice, their issues with her hair. And, they wanted to try to make her workplace as miserable as possible, right? And as I stated before in previous videos, a lot of black women suffer through this in a variety of jobs just off of the sole fact that they are black and that they exist. And this is yet again a clear cut another story. But then again, you'll have other true Americans out here that will say, oh, these are stories that happen, every once in a while. The media tries to hype this up and, this doesn't happen. This is not an everyday situation, right? They want to try to speak for the experiences that black people live on an everyday basis, and try to tell black people that, hey, this is not exactly what happens every single day, right? People get along, people have relationships, people have marriages, people have kids, people work together, right? They want to list all of these other things to make you basically look, hey, here, I have these examples of everything that basically worked out. So there's no reason to pay attention to any of that other stuff that's over there, because if you don't look at it, then that means it doesn't exist. If you don't talk about race, that means race doesn't exist. If you don't talk about racism, that means it doesn't exist. If you don't talk about hate, then that means it doesn't exist. And we can just, move on and, live as human beings, live as God's children, we're all one, right? They like to go with that rhetoric. They like to go with that nonsense because the screws are getting tightened, right? The pliers have been placed, and people are getting stretched. And obviously, people are getting stretched to their limit. So they have to try to scurry and figure out any which type of way to try to hold on to any of the false narratives that they have been spinning and telling people over this time. Because the moment in time that this whole narrative, runs out, black people can actually focus on, you know, who and what is the actual enemy that is causing a lot of the displacement, that's causing a lot of the issues within the black community, which is causing a lot of the issues with black people psychologically and financially, and so on and so on and so on. And within being able to actually figure that out, into fight back, into combat all of those things, on top of everything that is going on internally, black people will be at a better standing. The ground will be a lot more stable and we won't falter. But like I said before, and I've said in previous videos, black women, it is up to you guys to literally come together and to start making corporations, to start making businesses where you guys can literally work together. You guys can have your hairstyles, right? You can have your nails. All of the stuff that you like doing, you'll be able to do at or in your own business. But the moment in time that you decide that you want to switch it up, that you want to change your appearance or whatever it is, remember that even though, right, I'm taking this from a whole different conversation as a clear cut example, right? Even though it has been stated that a lot of black women, right, don't want to be led by black men, right? That they don't want to relinquish a little bit, right, in order for black men to do the role that they are supposed to do. They decide that, yo, I'm not going to let you lead me, but I'm going to sit up here when I get this job. I'm going to change my hair. I'm going to change my makeup. I'm going to change my voice. I'm going to change my clothes. I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to change the way that I walk, and I'm going to change the way that I think. Right? They're doing all of that to accommodate, right, the white man that is basically giving them that money, giving them that check, right? But if it comes to somebody who looks exactly like them, right? Same, skin tone, and somebody that they want to have a relationship with, right? And that's also going through the same life experiences. It's like, no, you as a black man, you have oppressed me for far too long. I am not going to allow you to do this, nor am I going to, in a sense, allow you, right, to lead, to be in the position and the role that you should be, directly in, since I am with you and you are supposed to be the protection, the provider, the builder, and different things like that. They decided to substitute black men for the corporation, for the government. And now, because black women opted to do that, now black women have to deal with the repercussions of that. So now you have black women facing a lot of issues in the workplace over the fact of them finally wanting to, hey, I'm going to wear my natural hair, or hey, I want to wear, less makeup, or hey, I've worked out a lot, I've lost a lot of weight, now I want to start wearing, different clothes. Now they have to deal with all of this mouth, all of this talk, and they have to deal with potentially getting fired or being reprimanded in a certain type of way, all because they opted to go for the white business, they opted to go for the white government, and they opted to basically please all of these individuals who look nothing like them, who care nothing for them or about them, and they've never lived in your cultural or life experiences. So like I said before, black women, y'all got to figure something out, because at the end of the day, you got people out here that are trying to replace you. They're trying to take over any of the seating that you basically have, and they're also making a mockery of you, right? And I'm stating that these are other women or other individuals that are trying to imitate and also be you. And these are also other things that black women have allowed as well. And black men have told black women, hey, y'all need to, not allow these people to do that. You need to sit up there and calm this down. You need to, get back to, whatever it was. But like I said before, black women are slowly going to sit up here and learn. And this is just one of those examples. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.